Hello and welcome to Copycat Recipe Reviews, where we review other people's recipes to see if we can recreate and if it's good as they claim. Now before I carry on, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and I really appreciate it. So if you want me to do a recipe for you, buy me a coffee and I'll put the link in the description and I'll make whatever you want and it helps support the channel. Okay, so today we're going to try making cinnamon rolls, and I don't know why I do this to myself because it's all to do with kneading and dough again. I suppose it's good to challenge myself, and I've done some kneading and some dough and it's not turned out too bad, but this one's a bit more stickier apparently. So let's challenge myself and hopefully it works out. Let's get messy. All right, so let's start off. We've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We've got 7 grams or a sachet of dry fast-acting yeast. We've got half a teaspoon of salt. We've got 1 egg. We've got 1 tablespoon of softened butter. We've got 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar. We've got 1 cup of milk, which needs to be warmed up room temperature or something. It needs to be about 45 Celsius or 110 Fahrenheit. All right, so first of all, we go in with our milk. Now, we're going to put in our yeast. Now, I know we're supposed to, normally I see we're supposed to leave the yeast, but Natasha's Kitchen, and I'll put the link below, this is where I'm copying, she just put the stuff straight in, so, you know, all right. In goes our butter, in goes our salt, in goes our granulated sugar, it's 4 tablespoons, and mix this up real good, Sorry about my phone. Now in goes our 3 cups of sugar, flour, 1, 2, and again we've got to mix this up real good. Got to stop saying that. It's just a habit. All right, so now we're going to add a couple of teaspoons of flour again, so we can make it drier. Got to make sure it's kind of drier and it's not sticking. Alright, so you want it like this, and you're supposed to use dry fingers, and if it's not sticking to your fingers, that's good, but even though it's still sticky. So we've got to knead this for about 3 minutes, and I'm putting flour in because, I know, so it's still supposed to be sticky, which I love because I can't deal with stuff like this. But, you know, I'm supposed to knead it like this for about 3 minutes, as I said. Oh, it's worse than the bread. I don't know if I'm kneading this right because it's in the bowl, so I'm just doing the way I kind of saw or learned the last time, and now it's sticking to my fingers, but apparently it's supposed to be sticky. Alright, so the best way to know this is done, if you poke it with a clean dry finger, and yeah, clean dry finger, poking, it's all good. Yep, look. Alright, so we're going to transfer this into our combi that I've already greased with some olive oil. I don't know if that's the right stuff, or should have probably done butter, but I'm going to proof it. I'm going to prove that I'm proofing it. Alright. Okay, let's see this rise. Alright, so over to the combi. In it goes. Now we're going to put it on. Prove. Right. Prove for about 35. We'll say 35 Celsius, which is roughly about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to put it on for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna put 35 and I'll check it. But you know, I mean, how do you know when it's proof? Is it because it's risen, or how do you know if it's risen enough or not? Anyway, I'm just moaning. Let's go. See you in a bit. All right, so that should be the proofing done. Definitely looks like it's doubled in size anyway. So let's go. All right, what we've got to do is, you think the fun and the stickiness is over? Is it hell? All right, so we've got to do this. Oh shit, I forgot to put the thingy down. Whoop. All right, let's start again. So what we've got to do is put some flour down. I think they call it dusting. Now we go again. Right, so I think I need it probably for a second. At least it's not sticky now. All right, so we're gonna put some flour on top so we don't get, all right, so we're gonna have to use a rolling pin, which I can't wait to do. I bought this specially for the channel because I've never really used one. So, right, we need to get this 17 inches by 10, right? Accurately as best I can, and let's face it, I'm not very accurate. If you watch my pizza, it came out all right, not very accurate. They make it so easy looking on the videos. All right, so I'm gonna go. All right, so that's supposed to be a rectangle. It's roughly about 17 by 10-ish. So let me see if I can square it up a little bit. All right, now it's 15. Okay, so this is a bit better. 17-ish by 10-ish. Right, I want to get it as close as I can because I don't want to mess up the recipe. So, next. Alright, so for those who might be interested, I used about 6 tablespoons of butter for this, yeah? Right, 6 tablespoons of butter. Alright, next up we've got about a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar with 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. Obviously we mix it up. Now once this is mixed up real good, what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle it all over this as even as we can, which you can see I'm not doing such a good job. It smells good though. Alright, I think I did a good job there. Alright, next problem. So what we've got to do is we've got to roll this up like so, yeah? Like this. Like nice and tight. Oh, I hate this part as well. Try and get it even if you can. Better than me. Alright. It's not the best, it's not too bad, I suppose. You know, it's going to be probably lopsided like everything else I do, but you know, as long as it tastes alright. Now what we've got to do is cut this into 12 pieces, right? As you can see, my 12 pieces aren't really right. So with a generously buttered combi dish, we're going to try and put these in nice and even. Yeah, well, they look nice. Or we mess it up. Like, got to give it like not right next to each other because I think they get big. Okay, now time for the lopsided ones. I cut too short. They turn out all right. I did this on purpose to make it look nice and different, you know. Oh dear, I I'm gonna have to change dishes, I reckon. All right, so I realized that I'd only cut about 8 or 9. I don't know how I counted it wrong. So in the meantime, I cut them all even. Now there's 16, all right, but at least they're all even, right? And they're all fitting in nice and easy. And I think that'll do. Now, back to the combi. Okay, so I made a mistake. We're not gonna put the oven on now. We're gonna put it on prove. Yeah, which it is already. And we're gonna put it on 35 Celsius, which is roughly about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna put it back into prove for about 20 to 30 minutes until it rises. I'm gonna put on 30, but between 20 and 30, so back in a minute. All right, so I reckon these are puffed up enough. I'm not sure, but it's been on for about 25 minutes and I don't want to overdo it. So let's get going. All right, so what we're gonna do now is with a tablespoon of melted butter, we're going to lightly coat the top of these. They actually they don't look too bad. They smell really good actually. You know what, I might be actually doing an alright job. Make sure it's all evenish. Alright, back over to the combi, and this time we are going to bake. Right, over to the combi again. And now we're going to go to bake this time. And we're going to go for, we'll say 175, which is about 350 Fahrenheit. And it's about 175 Celsius. And we're going to go for about 15 to half an hour. Now you're wondering, why 15 to half an hour? Because this ain't a normal oven and it does quicker, so I don't know. So it's when it's brownish at the top, that's when we'll know it's done. Now, again, I'm not gonna put it at the bottom. I'm gonna put it the next one up. So, see you in a minute. I've got to preheat it first. Okay, now it's preheated. Go again. So, as I said, not at the bottom, next one up. 30 minutes, I'll keep checking. When it's brown at the top, then we'll know. Alright, next up we need 1 cup of icing sugar or powdered sugar. We need half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We need 4 ounces of cream cheese, which would be about 110 to 115 grams in the UK, and 4 tablespoons of butter. Let's go. Right, in goes our softened butter, which I microwaved a little bit to make it soft. Now in goes our cream cheese. Now we've got to mix this up real good. I'm going to do it on light. How do you turn this on? Oh yeah. Alright, half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Mix it up again. And now for the whole cup of icing sugar. Ooh. Alright, I think that looks pretty smooth. So, just has to go on top of the thingy now. I'll wait for it to be done. Now, I want to point out while I'm waiting for the thing to be done, you wouldn't believe the amount of sugar that goes into these things. It's unreal. You never really know. Do you know when you're buying stuff in the store, or the shop, or wherever you go, the bakery, there must be tons of sugar in it. But probably even more in the store, but yes, don't eat it all at once, but it's a lot. Alright, so we're going to take these out. This was 15 minutes. Lucky I kept checking. So what do you think? Right, let's put the rest of it on. Right, so Yeah, as I said, that was 15 minutes. I should have known, as usual, the Combi gets it done quicker. If I had left it any longer, it would have probably been burnt, but it looks like it's still good. That's probably how you want it anyway, like golden on top. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give it 15 minutes to cool down. We want it cool but not freezing. Yeah, we want it just a little bit warm, but I think this is a bit too hot at the moment, so back in a minute. Alright, so I think these probably are cool enough. They're still a bit warm, so onto the icing part. All right, there it is. Now I've got loads of icing left. Don't know whether to put it on. Seems like a lot already. All right, I can't wait for the taste test, which is next. Yum yum. Now time for the taste test, and as you can see, it looks fantastic. I'm gonna try it. Mm. 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 Gorgeous, really is. All right, there's the taste test. Now I have to say they were gorgeous. Yeah, they really were nice. Yeah, better than I expected. In fact, they weren't far off perfect if you ask me. Now a few months ago, don't think I would have been able to accomplish this the way I did. I have learned a lot with the last few months, so I'm quite chuffed to myself. I'm getting better and better all the time, and I keep pushing the boundaries of myself. That was pushing again. Everyone knows if you watch my old videos, the last few, I hate dough. I'm not good with it, but I'm doing all right. So just remember this: if I can do it, you can do it. Now, the reason why I keep saying this, if you're new to the channel, is because people see videos and recipes and they put it all together and they're like, this ain't turned out the way it's supposed to be. So I'm trying to do that, and sometimes it ain't perfect, and that's probably down to me mostly. But as you can see, I did a great job. It tastes as good as it looks. Now, again, if I can do this, so can you. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And if you want me to do your recipe, buy me coffee, and I'll put the link in the description. Press the button and leave me a message with your recipe. Now, from now until next time,